bit.
I was actually like gonna bring it up to you, but then I was like, I don't know how much MTK's been keeping up. So we're live right now, by the way.
Oh,
But you're
what's up,
just
homies?
speaking about the old camera angle or the new camera angle. Now I'm back to the old setup.
Okay.
Yeah. But what have you seen? Like we haven't had MTK, so everyone welcome back MTK. We back episode 60. UFC Houston
What's up,
preview.
homies?
Let's start off with a little bit of officialness, but what you been thinking? Have you been seeing any of the streams? You know what's been going on?
A little bit of this, but not all of that. How's that?
So you've been tuning in, you just been kind of clicking, seeing what's up, and
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
exiting after that.
Yeah, it's a lot of in and outs. But you've been steady, that's for sure.
Yeah, I've been steady. So the reason why I moved out to the living room, I wasn't even really gonna make this a big topic today, but I might as well. The reason why I moved out to the living room is because, bro, this whole neighbor controversy. Was this going on the last time?
Well, I remember it was leaking.
Yeah, you mean like the my voice was going through?
No. Remember you had like a water leak.
Right. That was a long time ago. So you don't even.
Okay.
Oh, I almost forgot about that one. That was a fucking hot minute ago.
All right.
We got a new neighbor upstairs.
Oh, I love it.
You don't know anything about this, huh?
No.
Oh my gosh, this is crazy, bro.
I love new neighbors.
This goes back to the whole thing with when I was beefing with that guy, Fight Society, and then I had posted this clip where like I captioned it and I said like I received a noise complaint from my neighbor mid crash out on Fight Society. So it's been going on since then where like she kind of like doesn't like me yelling. So long story short, I've changed my ways. I'm trying not to yell as much because I didn't know people could hear me. And honestly, that's a little bit embarrassing. If all my neighbors can hear me screaming and yelling, I want to quiet that down for myself.
Though.
Well, I guess in the past I was. When I was crashing out, yelling and like entertaining heavily.
I got to rewatch the clip.
But no, to your point, I've ever since I spoke to her, I've made it a concerted effort to keep it
face
down.
to face.
Yeah, face to face. And it was cool. I'm a respectful guy. I'm not trying to like, make her feel uncomfortable or anything. She's the new neighbor. Yeah. But she kept bitching. She's been bitching. And this is after I brought my tone down. So the only other option is to go in the living room. I thought move-in locations would kind of help her out. Maybe you won't be able to hear me because I know our rooms are parallel. She's right above me in her bedroom. So when she's sleeping, I'm right here. I'm like, all right, maybe if I go in the living room, you won't be able to hear me. Bro, this bitch been calling the cops on me every single night I do a stream.
The cops?
Bro, the cops,
that's too far.
That's Patrol 1? Patrol 1?
That's too much.
The parking security?
That's too much.
Calling parking security.
No, that's...
Her ex-husband, who doesn't even live here, has came and knocked on my door twice. The last time he did, aggressive as fuck, pounding on my door, escalating tensions. I finally snapped, bro. I finally snapped, and I shut the door in his face.
Yeah.
While he's talking and shit.
I got a lot of rules when it comes to like bad neighbors. Because I've been a horrible neighbor. Mm-hmm. If it's after 2 a.m., you got a valid complaint.
Right.
That's one, right?
10:30 is when she calls the cops on me.
No. Yeah, shut that noise.
Yeah.
2, like party after party after party after party. Like if you throw one party, I'm cool. I get it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have fun? But if it's like a back to back, like, and it just becomes a thing.
Basically an every night thing, and it's just a trap house.
We got to have a discussion. We got to have a little, a little talk. And I've been on the other side of that coin too.
Right. Bro, I've lived here for so many years. You don't think that my neighbors have done some shit like that too. But I'm like, you know what? As long as it's not consistent, it's all right. But go on.
No, I'm just saying that's now we're being like, now we're being that neighbor that wants to complain over everything.
Yeah, exactly. A Karen, essentially.
Dude, like 10:30? Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Because you start your streams at what, 9?
9, 8. Now I'm trying to go for 8. But I was trying to be nice, right? So it's like this too. I'm trying to be nice. I'll start the stream at 8 per se. 9:43. Ex-husband comes knocking on my door. 9:43. So now I'm like, fuck you. Yeah. I'm gonna do this whenever I want. If you're that unreasonable to all my adjustments, me starting the streams earlier, me quieting my voice, me relocating into the living room, and now you're knocking on my door at 9:30. fuck
Yeah.
you. My efforts
Yeah.
don't even, they go unnoticed anyway. Why make a difference? And to let you know why I moved back in here, bro, I literally have like a low key fear for my safety. Obviously, they could never do anything to me, but like I don't like the fact that I'm like right in front of that front door type shit. With the husband coming down and yelling, who knows like what he's gonna do? You know, he's over here
Did you already
getting,
size him up?
bro, he's trying to size me up, so to speak. He's trying to intimidate me. Like a 60-year-old dad with gray hair. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Parry punch just beat up an old man.
I would never do that, you know, but I did have to slam the door in his face. I slammed the door in his face, and the guy's so shameless. He's talking to the shut door. So shameless.
That's fucked up.
He's running an errand for his ex-wife. You know he's not hitting that. You know he's not hitting that.
Oh, she's older then.
Well, no, it's his ex-wife, right?
Yeah.
He's doing this for her.
Yeah. But I mean, she sounds older then, right? She must be like in her 50s.
Yeah, maybe 40s. But my point is that, like, dude, don't most ex-husbands hate their ex-wife?
You would think.
So he's over here getting played by her like this. He's risking his life coming down to my house, right? He's risking his life coming down to my house, and he's not even hitting that anymore.
Right.
And he told me he was sleeping there. He told me he was spending the night, because I'm like, yo, you live here, homie? Like, what you doing? What you doing here?
Oh, man.
So that's the whole story. That's why there's been like a, you know, moving out there, then coming back in here. Like, it's gotten to the point where it's like, all right, bro, first off, my efforts are going unnoticed. I kind of want to move back in here. But second off, I don't like being in front of that front door. And then also, bro, when the cops came, since you haven't been here for so long, I might as well give you all the lore.
It's been 2 weeks. It hasn't been that long.
And it's been like, it feels like it's been so long, like it's a whole new world now.
A year.
I'm already moved back in from the old setup. You feel me? Like, I'm already back in here. You missed it. But yeah, it's only been 2 weeks. How quickly things are changing.
That's
but
funny.
bro, when like in here, right? I'm far away from the front door. So like when I'm talking normally, I'm not being loud. Like, you can't hear me, right? But when I was in front of the front door and the cops were coming, they're like, I can hear you through the door. It's like, because I'm sitting right here, you dip fuck. I'm sitting right here, brother. So now that it's actually being used against me. It's like, we can hear you through your house. It's like, okay, well, let me just move back in here. You know, since you guys are going to play this game with me. So that's why I'm back in here too.
I have a funny story for you.
Let's hear it.
It's funny because I'm fasting for Ramadan. So shout out to all my our Muslim brothers and sisters out there in the world. Today's in.
But you're not Muslim, right? Or have you?
I'm not.
You're just honoring it.
Yeah. Islam, you know, for all our UFC homies, you know, that are doing Ramadan, that one day, DJ MTK was super sober, and you get a knock at the door at like 3 maybe in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I was so offended. So offended. Who pays rent here? Don't stop at my door, bro. So the people in there were trying to defuse the situation. I'm just livid, bro, in the security guard's fucking face. Like, how dare you come and stop by my house?
Oh, it's a security guard too?
Yeah, I'm hosting people.
Yeah.
Music's blazing. I'm just, bro, baited. I go about, and he's like, tries to defuse the situation. I start following him.
Oh, shit.
Just berating him, bro. The next day, I'm still like, you know, hungover, still drunk from the night before. I try to go put in a complaint on security. They call me up and they start showing me the video of me downstairs, because it was like I was on the 14th floor.
Mm-hmm.
Following him in the lobby, just yelling at him 4 a.m, bro. And they're like, you want to put in a complaint? He didn't even say anything.
Yeah. He just came and knocked on your door.
Me and him became homies after, and he had my back after all that shit.
Damn. Well, you know, that's usually how that works, because they definitely don't want to make an enemy out of you after they saw that. So he's like, it might be easier to be friendly. I
was so out of pocket, bro. Like 3 a.m, super loud, music blazing. I was just like, bro, I was just yelling at him. Like I was out of pocket, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So God
what
forbid,
pissed you off so much about that?
that he had stopped by. Like, dog.
You know, it low-key pissed me off too when Patrol 1 came and knocked on my door.
Oh, bro, I would have been livid.
Bro, I was like,
would have been livid.
I go, who's this? You know, and then I hear through I don't even open the door for his dumbass. And he goes, security. I'm thinking, security at my fucking house. What you gonna do? Tell me to go home?
Right.
Like, I'm already home, bro. Security. What's security gonna do? Security. I'm security too. We're all security.
I'm the worst when it comes to people that think they have authority. I mean, I've been to jail just for arguing with cops. So believe me, if it would have been a security guard, this is what came up to my door too, a security guard, bro. I'd be like, well, what are you gonna do?
You can't do anything, and you know it.
I mean, what are you doing? Like, stop wasting your time.
Facts.
That's old me. New me. I'm trying to
a bit more mature.
Maybe just don't open the door like you did. Just not even have the altercation. Not even have the.
Now I've been handling
it, but it is kind of comical.
It's like, comical. Come on. And the thing I was saying too, because this has all happened on stream, but it's all been happening on stream. But what I was saying is, I was like, homie didn't even want to do that just now. Like, I'm not gonna hold it against him. He didn't even want to do that. He's also getting harassed by this fucking lady upstairs. We're all getting harassed by her. So long story short too. Yesterday I finally reached my breaking point and I sent in a fucking harassment complaint. And I told the dude too, when he came and knocked on my door, I'm like, bro, you guys are harassing me. Like, go away. Yeah. Like, I'm just doing my thing. If you don't like it, then fuck off. Like, call the cops. Do what you got to do. But like, all this daily harassment to asking me to keep it down, we're not doing it anymore. You know, I'm already keeping it down. Blame the construction company who built this place. Yeah,
I mean, like I said, I mean, it's not unreasonable, right? It's just not unreasonable. And I'm gonna have to go back and watch you yelling, but I've seen people yell on live streams. I don't think it's the same thing. I air horn, blah, 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 blah.
Right. And that's what I keep hearing from a lot of people. I just try to almost give the benefit of the doubt. Like, all right, maybe I was being loud, you know, just to try to be courteous. But every time I tell people that, everybody says what you're saying.
It's upstairs?
It's upstairs, which is odd too.
Usually it's the person next to you.
Yeah, that's what she thought it was originally. She thought it was like some like parallel neighbor or horizontal, whatever you want to call it.
She found the source.
She found the source. And it's, you know, it's kind of like, I don't mean to get going on women, but the problem with her is that I was so honest and so forthcoming and like communicative because I didn't think she was crazy. Now she knows so much about what I have going on. It kind of confuses things for her. Like, she tried to ask me, she's like, can you just keep it down? Can you not do it past 10 p.m.? Because I told her I do streams. I also kind of like made a little excuse, and I'm like, oh, I'm gaming with my friends online. We're just playing video games, like talking online in a chat. So so now she's under the impression of like, oh, so he doesn't have to do it. So let me ask him, don't do it past 10 p.m. And that's why I'm getting harassed past 10 p.m. because she thinks she has the power to ask me to stop doing this stuff past 10 p.m. And it bothers her even more now because she knows like how the juice is made. It's like this, it's like, that's why you just gotta like, I should have never shown this woman so much respect. And in the future, I'm not, bro. I'm not. So, long story short too, this is where I'm at now because of how we've been explaining everything. You're like, dude, nothing you're doing is really out of the ordinary. Like, you should be able to do this kind of shit. So since things are getting conflated with like, oh, you know, you're gaming, you're working, you don't have to do it, just stop, right? Even when I was here, when the cops showed up, they're like telling me, well, it is 11. The cop told me, he's like, well, it is 11 o'clock at night, right? So, okay, everybody wants to play this game. What I'm going to do is I'm going to host a little poker night with my homies on Sunday. I'm going to make sure it's a work night. You know what I mean? Maybe I wouldn't have if you didn't fuck with me so much, but since you fucked with me so much, we're going to have poker night on a work night, Sunday evening, for the guys over, you know, 9 to, you know, midnight, right? We're going to be talking, catching up. We haven't spoke to each other in a long time. Got a lot of good conversation to have. I want everybody to keep the same energy. Call the cops. I want the cops to come and tell me it's 11 p.m. Your friends need to leave. Because that's what they insinuate when I tell them I'm streaming. Like, but it's 11 p.m., man. Like, you can't do it earlier. It's like, okay, since you guys want to play this game, I'm going to bring over my homies, and I want you guys to keep the same energy and tell us that we can't play poker in my house and talk amongst each other.
Right. Well, it's almost like I'll give you a reason.
I'll give you a reason now. You want all this talking? I'll give you 4 more heads. And this is still legal. You know, I'm not breaking any laws. So you want to play this game and keep fucking with me? Okay. You know, I'm the young buck over here. I'm the one who could stay up till 5 a.m. and be chilling the next day. You're not going to outdo me on this.
As a property manager, apartment complex, anything to you?
Well, I told you I reached out to them and I did a I filed a harassment complaint, but they called me like a couple weeks ago. So what happened is a couple weeks ago, probably the last time you were on here, like that Friday or something, they called me because she was complaining, and I told my side of the story, and they basically were like, essentially they're like, there's nothing that we can do, like, but thanks for giving your side of things. I'm glad you're trying to cooperate and keep your voice down and moving into the living room, like that's a good start. I'll call her back and tell her she needs to be a little bit more patient. You're trying, right? Ever since that day, she crashed out. Once the leasing office couldn't help her, that's when she starts calling the cops, calling Patrol One, calling the ex-husband to come over. But yeah, it all started because of that. So that's it, man.
It's funny.
That's been my 2 weeks since you've been gone. So, I mean, she's going to love it today because we're not doing the stream super late.
Okay, so
it's a good day for her.
Right.
Yeah. So we're back, but UFC Houston. Also, shout out to everybody in the chat. We'll get to some chats later on, but we'll do the show with MTK for now.
I did want to say, shame on Vinicius Oliveira. You in a way, Mario Batista kind of fraud checked him.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think? We haven't had a chance to really talk about that. That's the only thing I was going to bring up on that last card.
Yeah, no, and that's a good topic as well. We might as well start with that one. Yeah, Vinicius, he got a bit fraud checked in there. He got a bit
because I remember he was trying to dog walk, and he did dog walk. Was it Kyle Phillips?
Yeah,
Kyler Phillips.
He did.
Yeah, and he was just super arrogant too, which I don't mind, but you got to back it up. And Mario Batista just put it on him. He showed him there's levels to this.
Yeah. Also, on the contrary of that, I owed Mario an apology because I was so down on him after the Umar loss. We discussed it, but I was just so down on him because I expected more. I didn't expect him to get taken down so much. But I think there's something to be said because after that fight, like you're saying too with the whole fraud checking thing, it proved that Mario is on that upper echelon of a level. He might have got beat badly by Umar, but he went the distance even. He hurt Umar at the end of the fight. Vinicius just got completely ran through and finished in round 2. So it just shows that there is, even though Mario got dominated by Umar, the way he dominated and ran through Vinicius, it shows that like Mario belongs in this upper echelon, and Vinicius, he doesn't even belong anywhere near the upper echelon of the bantamweight division for now.
Not with that performance. And not with that attitude, because he had that like Michael Morales attitude, like I'm just gonna walk through you, and he totally just folded. He folded.
Yeah, as soon as the going got tough, he kind of folded in there.
And just, for me, like I remember that Kyler Phillips, like he was like literally just trying to like just like he had those like paws on him, like how Michael Morales is, but Michael
hands
Morales
down too.
Michael Morales will walk through you. Evidently, he's been showing people.
But that is one interesting thing is like, seeing resilience in fighters, because that's an aspect of the game that doesn't necessarily get glorified. And that's what I'm almost trying to, highlight in Mario now. It's something I overlooked in his loss to Umar. I completely overlooked his resilience in the fight. Yeah, he got beat badly, but he was super resilient. He never quit. He always was fighting.
And I think it's one of those things like styles make matchups, right? Like that was a bad style and a bad matchup for him. Umar has a certain style that Mario Batista just, couldn't solve that puzzle.
It was tough. It was a tough puzzle. I think Umar got the more polished striking. And, I don't know what happened with that grappling in that fight. That's the one thing I will say is like, I don't know what happened in the grappling.
You know what I'd like to see?
I think Mario could maybe do better in grappling if they rematch.
I'd like to see Mario fight Sean O'Malley.
Bro, they're teammates, but apparently O'Malley's a super distant teammate. He uses the gym for sparring partners, but none of the coaches ever corner him. He mainly uses the gym for sparring partners because he's in Arizona. But I've been hearing that O'Malley doesn't really use that gym anymore, period. So there might be something there. He might be able to fight O'Malley. Yeah,
because I mean, with that last performance, I could see Mario Batista if he fights like that, starts fast. Got to start fast though. Start fast.
But now speaking of O'Malley, there's this whole thing going on. I think we did speak about the last event where O'Malley
Yeah, we
fought,
did.
and we were saying, you know, O'Malley and Umar maybe need a fight. But then there's this thing. There's all these things with the UFC. So allow me to kind of contextualize it real quick. O'Malley and Umar, they should fight. That's kind of like what we agreed on. But O'Malley wants to fight at UFC White House. Umar, being Russian, doesn't want to fight at the White House. So who does that leave? Corey Sandhagen. We've always wanted to see O'Malley versus Sandhagen. Who called out Sandhagen for a rematch after beating Vinicius? Mario. So who wants that Corey Sandhagen fight? You know, who gonna get it? Mario, O'Malley, someone go get that fight. Or O'Malley and Mario run it at the UFC White House.
Yeah, I like that.
At the UFC White House, whatever.
But I like the Corey Sandhagen and Mario too. Like that would be a smart fight for Mario, just to be like, if he can beat Sandhagen, because that Sandhagen I think is a better test. I like that. Yeah, but yeah, I just wanted to say that though, and I'm excited for the Sean Strickland. Actually, I love the card.
Okay.
I don't love it, but I like it.
Well, actually, I haven't even really looked at this card all week, so allow me to kind of take a look right now.
I mean, and just I think the style matchup of Sean Strickland versus Anthony Hernandez, I'm here for it. Excited to see what Jeff Neal does now. Medic, I was. Oh, that's right. He got the KO.
Oh, my favorite fighter of all time, Dan Ige, going up against Malik Wazil Costa. You know, I usually ride with the Hawaiians.
Dude, Costa, dog.
I'm rocking with Costa. I usually rock with the Hawaiians. I'm rocking with Costa.
He's been so deadly lately. I think he's on a 5-fight win streak.
I'm rocking with him.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5-fight win streak. And the last one he lost was versus Garcia. But submission, decision, KO versus Chara Morgan. That was a really good KO too. The dude's like flashy, bro.
Yeah, no, Malik was really good. Really good. Who'd he beat in his last fight?
Morgan Chara.
Yeah, that was a good win. Yeah, first round head kick. Solid win. He already returning. That was in December. Beating a guy like Julian Eros was pretty good too.
It's deadly.
Jacoby Smith versus Josiah Harrell. I don't know if you know about this one, but I do have interviews with both men. Josiah Harrell is the guy who had brain surgery. You know, he had a fight coming up in the UFC. He did the UFC medicals, and one of the x-rays came back that he had this moya brain disease. So so it's like a, you know, blessing that he found this out before the fight, even though he got cut after the brain surgery. But it allowed him to go get this brain surgery. He was actually scheduled to fight JDM. And yeah, exactly. For his debut on short notice, he pulled out because of that whole situation, got the brain surgery, survived, lost his spot on the roster, continued fighting. He's been I was about to say homeless for some.
How long ago was that?
A couple years ago. But he's been broke this whole time. You know, he doesn't have, you know, a lot of money, but he's been grinding, he's been fighting. So Jacoby Smith, he was scheduled to fight somebody else for this card, Siok Kiok, something like that. Homie pulled out. Josiah took this fight this week. So Josiah's stepping in, coming back after this crazy ass story. You know,
that is a crazy story.
Brain surgery survivor.
And
check out the interview I did with him. He had the scar on his head still in that interview.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And to go into Jacoby Smith, who's a dog.
Massive prospect. If you can beat a guy like Jacoby Smith, I mean, the whole roster is on notice. All of 170 is on notice. It's going to be a tough fight for him, though.
Jacoby Smith's still undefeated.
And Josiah is undefeated as well. Coming off the brain surgery, still undefeated. Here's my breakdown for this fight. Jacoby Smith, he comes from Oklahoma State, you know, college wrestling, D1 wrestling. There's no way Josiah Harrell has better wrestling than Jacoby. That's just a fact. He doesn't have the accolades of a Jacoby. So Josiah's only opportunity is to get it done on the feet. But you run into a problem there too, because Jacoby's nice on the feet. You know, he's got good knockouts on his record already. And so it's going to be a tough fight for Josiah. But his ticket to victory is getting it done on the feet somehow. But grappling, it's going to be very tough. And Josiah, what is his style? He's a grappler, unfortunately. He's not a striker. So it's not a grappler versus striker matchup. It's a grappler versus grappler. And one of these grapplers is going to have to beat him in striking. Right. Tell of the tape. Yeah, and Jacoby comes from DC's camp, so to speak. So, you know, DC in the wrestling. They're locked in. They're
He's gonna
locked
have
in.
that wrestling, grappling background.
Right, and they got the striking too.
So it's almost like you're saying, hey, if it was a grappling wrestling match, Jacoby's gonna win it. And if it's on the stand-up game, you're gonna lean more towards Jacoby, even though you love for Josiah to kind of get that win.
Yeah.
Tough.
Yeah, so I don't want to be hating, but I'm breaking it down for you.
Yeah, but I mean, the man got to eat, right? It's a paycheck.
So he's taking the opportunity. It might not be the most favorable matchup, but now he's in the UFC. His foot's in the door.
And you know what? There's no easy fights in the UFC at the end of the day.
No, and
not in that division.
170, definitely not. And you get fed to the Shark Tank, so to speak, right? And you can survive. I think that builds guys up more. That if you can get through it, if you can make it out of the other side, you will be better for it than guys who get built up like a Sean O'Malley.
Even think about this. So Jeff Neal, ranked number 12, is fighting Medic. Medic beat, am I saying that right?
I think so, Medic. Yeah.
Yeah. He's going to be fighting a ranked guy, right? So that he gets this win, like, what does that tell us? He's going to be in the top 15 by next week. And he beat Muslim Zalkov. Yeah, Zalkov. And I was high on Zalkov. And he gets knocked out by Medic. And now we have him fighting a ranked guy. So that's just a prime example of this welterweight division. I mean, there's dogs. Like even if this Josiah was to fight Medic, you know what I mean? Like it's another dog.
Yeah, they're all tough matchups.
Yeah, there's no easy.
And I mean, Jacoby. I was saying Josiah. Jacoby is the 33rd ranked welterweight on Tapology worldwide. So all the way up until 33, you're getting these crazy fucking prospects.
We got Phil Rowe too. Look at we didn't even
Phil Rowe. Phil Rowe's on the card. We'll see what Phil can do.
Yeah, and he got a loss, I think, the last time, right?
Yeah. So speaking about, I wanted to give my thoughts on this Strickland versus Fluffy fight real quick.
Yeah. Let's get into it.
I'm gonna lean towards Strickland. Who are you leaning towards?
I'm leaning towards Fluffy.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, it's a very close one. The only thing that made me kind of lean more towards Strickland up until this point is that Fluffy seems to have an off read on Strickland. He might not be paying attention too much to like MMA and like how Strickland's been fighting and what his skill set is, but he was saying that he expects Strickland to grapple him in this fight because his coaches have been complaining that he didn't grapple DDP. But that's been the story with Sean Strickland since the beginning of time. Use your grappling, you're good at grappling. He just chooses not to. So I think Fluffy's expecting a different Strickland than what's going to show up to the fight. I don't think Strickland's going to try to grapple him. I think Strickland's going to rely on basically stuffing all his takedowns and forcing him to stay on the feet. And I think Strickland's going to take it on the feet. That's how I'm kind of predicting this fight's going to play out.
This is what I would say to that. Fluffy, in my opinion, likes to play this card like I don't watch a lot of tape. You ever get that?
All the time. I interviewed him.
Right. So it was very telling. I was watching one of the the Friday show that they have on YouTube when everybody gets weighed in.
Yeah.
And he was a guest after that last win where he dominated. Who did he fight?
You're saying Roman Dolidze.
Yes. And so then he was on the show on YouTube, and he was very articulate and intelligent the way he was talking about the fight game. And I was like, this guy is smarter than he's trying to.
He's playing coy.
Yes. So I think he may show something, but I think behind the scenes, the dude's looking, the dude's watching, and he's preparing. So I'm just going to throw that out there. And I think I think it's going to be a real challenge though. Like if we come back next week and like, wow, Anthony Hernandez did that to him, he should be in that top 3 almost title, DDP. Like we got to get him in the rings. But in my opinion, that style is Sean Strickland's style is very, in my opinion, hard to figure out. And if he can stuff those takedowns and he can handle himself and not get taken down and make it a dog fight, that's why the fans will want to watch it. These two style matchups are different.
Fluffy's a bit more of a kickboxer, and then Strickland's a bit more of a boxer.
Right.
But they're both dogs with how they strike as well. They have a vicious kind of striking style. I know people criticize Sean a lot, but if Sean gets you hurt, he really puts it on you. And so they both are willing to do that.
Sean beats you up almost like over time, almost like he just kind of like ding ding, Philly shell defense, ding 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 ding, you know, and he just starts wearing you down almost a little bit.
Yeah.
But Anthony Hernandez kind of does that same thing too.
Mm-hmm.
But if you were to take who has better stand up, who would you take?
Overall stand up, like overall, I'll probably.
The fact that you pause says they're pretty even, you know,
They're
because
pretty even.
we've seen Anthony Hernandez kind of like, whoa, damn, that dude can put it on you, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And then if we were to say who has the best ground game,
I'll give that to Fluffy. I will give that to Fluffy.
and so and here's our thing too, is like everybody keeps saying Sean has a great ground game. We've never got to see it,
And we never will see it.
but maybe this fight we will.
That's what Fluffy's expecting. I don't think so.
So you think it will be a stand-up war all 5 rounds?
Yeah, I think Fluffy's gonna try to get Sean down. He's gonna have a hard time getting Sean down.
And if that's the case, I love it even better.
And
If
it's gonna
that is
play
the
out on the
case.
feet.
If that is really the case, then I'm gonna actually be like, let me give me my popcorn, because now we're answering questions.
Right. It's a tailor-made matchup if it plays out like that for the fans. You know,
Now,
that's a perfect fight for the fans.
Now let's imagine Hernandez does take him down. And we're like, oh, and he's trying to get his back. And we're like, oh, we're all gonna be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, Sean, where you at?
Mm-hmm.
Sean, we thought you were good on the ground, bro.
Right.
Get back up. You better get back up real quick. Real quick. Don't stay on the ground. Don't stay on the ground.
So we'll see. I mean, I think it's gonna be a crazy fight. This is the fight we all want to see.
Yeah,
but
I love it.
The next question is, now with a win, does one person get to overlook the other for a title opportunity per se?
Sean, what, he lost to DDP twice, and now this is his next fight after that?
Yeah.
This is coming back home party, right?
Right. Hold that thought.
Uh-oh. It's the neighbor, homies. Let me see who's in the chat. Type 1 if you think it's the cops. Type 2 if you think it's the mall cop. Oh man, Parry Punch about to go to jail, homies. Let me see. I'm about to check who's all in the chat. Oh man, hey, and the boy Cain Velasquez is back home, dog. What's up? What's up, homies? Oh, we got a lot. Oh, Tyler Betts, what's up? And everybody, drop what city you're from. Jew, what's up? I got my glasses on, so I can't really see. Andre, what's up, Playboy? Tony, what's up, doggy? Tyler Betts, the OG, usual suspect.
My bad. I had a timer going off out there.
Oh, okay. I'm saying what's up to the homies. What's up, Scott?
Neighbors at 4 p.m. is crazy. No, we chilling on that. We chilling.
Oh, we thought you were locked up, bro. We were about to run it on the comments.
What's going on?
We thought the cops were about to lock you up. We were going to run it in the comments.
I know. So, what's going on though with who, you know, does the winner get a title shot? What do you think there?
Zot.
You know, Sean is coming off of I guess 2 losses.
Well, what's up with our boy Nezardine?
Huh?
What's up with Nezardine?
Well, so that's why it's an interesting one, because Nasruddin is up next, but Fluffy, you know, he's been on a massive win streak.
He's Joshua Van almost, right?
Right.
In that Joshua Van type of.
He could be thrown up in that opportunity at any time. You know, he's arguably overdue, but he got injured after the Roman Dolidze win, and I think that allowed Nasruddin to really lock in that spot for #1 contender. So he almost lost it because he got injured. Now he got to fight Sean Strickland, where like he could have been talked about for that title shot.
That is true.
So who do you think gets it? If you beat, let's just say for Fluffy, if you beat Sean Strickland, do you get a title shot or do you not? Is that enough to skip or for, you know, to leapfrog Nasruddin?
No.
And
I'd love to say yes. Is Hamzat on Ramadan right now too?
Probably, but he's mostly just injured. You know, that's the problem with him. Even Jew now is saying also sucks because Hamzat fights once a year if we're lucky. So winner of this fight will have to fight again if they don't get the title shot.
Yeah, I remember Sean saying that too. So, I mean, if I'm Hernandez, I call out DDP or I call out Nasruddin.
Okay. Call out DDP or Nasruddin.
Yeah, because those are then you will be undeniable.
Mm-hmm.
Then it'll be undeniable. And let's say we know this can happen. What if all of a sudden there's an interim belt?
I was just gonna say, when did Hamza win the title? Because we're getting into interim, conversations. It gets to a point.
Was it last summer?
I'm gonna look it up right now. Let's see. How long's Hamza been the champ for?
Bro, trip out. I haven't had water all day.
Oh, because of this Ramadan thing?
That's
August.
crazy.
Damn, we're not even close to the territory yet. We have like 6 months.
You're scratching the surface.
Yeah, he's halfway, he's halfway to a vacant title coming his way. It's almost like let fucking Fluffy and Nasruddin run it if Hamzat's going to be out for any much longer. Like, you need to run it with Nasruddin ASAP, bro. Like, now, yesterday.
But I think that's a great matchup for DDP, too.
Yes,
and to have a champion on your belt, that's good on your resume.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I'd rather fight DDP than Nasruddin if I'm Anthony Hernandez. But then there's that, hey, if you still his number one spot, so
mm-hmm.
I guess honestly, no, you want Nasruddin.
Yeah, so let's give Nasruddin. I mean, if you want my opinion, I might as well share my opinion as well. But let's keep Nasruddin. Fluffy beating Strickland. It's not enough to get him the title shot. Fluffy, you're gonna probably have to make a call out. DDP does seem to be the perfect one.
Depends on how he wins, right? If he gets another dominating win, a lot of us are gonna be like, "Whoa, line him up." If it's a 5-round decision, our opinion will probably be a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
We're probably gonna be like, "Nah, Nasruddin's still it's still him. He's still the guy."
Yeah, and then speaking about this too, I think I saw a clip today of Fluffy saying he knows he's gonna have to fight again. So if he knows he's gonna have to fight again, I do think DDP is the best one. The former champ, the immediate former champ.
And I like that another style for him that's gonna give him a lot of trouble. Mm-hmm. Like DDP's not can't walk through him. Mm-hmm. I mean, Hamza did, but it's because of the style that he has.
Right. Okay. Anything else on this card though to look at for now?
So Sean Strickland, Jeff Neal, Co-Main, Medic. You know what? I'm actually gonna pick Jeff Neal.
You're gonna go with Jeff Neal?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Costa. Spivak. I'm gonna pick Jacoby with you. Zach Reese. I really want to watch that fight too. I like Zach.
Oh yeah, that'll be a good one. Zach Reese versus Michelle. Also, Chitty versus Carlos Leal should be a good one.
Yeah. So there's a good that main card. They have some bangers for the diehards. If you're just a casual and just looking for a big fight, you're gonna be like, I guess I'll watch this on Strickland Anthony Hernandez fight.
Yeah. And then
what do you think about all the backlash with Paramount right now?
Oh, the commercial issues and stuff.
In general, I see people saying that it's it jumped the shark. I saw that.
Oh, what?
UFC jumped the shark.
What does that mean?
So when a show gets real popular and then it has that really dud season, it peaked. It peaked.
Well, let me say this. There has been, if I could just speak, and I didn't come into it was I ever a hater on the Paramount deal? Why would I need to be? I didn't foresee any reasons to think it would be negative. But to be honest with you, as this new Paramount era has hit, I have sensed a lack of aura, a pullback of aura from the UFC overall. I spoke about that with UFC 325. It just seemed like the energy was sucked out of the room. There was nothing there. Even the weigh-ins and stuff. It just seemed like there was nothing there. I don't know if it has to do with Paramount or if it's the UFC giving us fights we don't want to see and then fans not really being excited for it. That could easily be it. But
do you think the commercials water it down?
So, I mean, I'll give them credit because they listened to the criticism after the first event. I think it did.
That side by side.
Yeah, exactly. And that's chill. That's chill, honestly. But in the first event, the complaints were pretty valid, too much commercials. We want to be able to see, some of this corner stuff going The one thing I don't like too, though, I think there's just a lot of bells and whistles they are not really like addressing. Like when you're watching UFC on the app through Paramount, you can't watch it on the mini player, meaning you can't multitask. So
Oh,
like
okay.
imagine me watching the fights on my phone and like I gotta turn off the fights to respond to a text message. I can't even listen to the audio. Like that's crucial for UFC fans. We need to hear every second of the fight. You know, it's not good enough to respond to a text message and not be able to watch it. So that needs to be fixed as well. And I think that's pretty much it though. There's no other complaints that I have for Paramount other than that.
Yeah, I think like this is the diehard card, fight card for me. Like the usual, even guys that I know that ask me questions about the UFC, they're like, I'll probably skip this one.
Mm-hmm.
And they need that big name aura, like you said.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Are we experiencing a little bit of a dud from the new Paramount era in the first two numbered cards because like pay-per-view sales don't really matter as much? That could be
And
something to it.
and you don't give the consumer a time to like want it.
Mm-hmm.
There's something to be like, oh, I can't wait for that fight to come on. And you gave it to him back to back. And I get why they did it because you wanted to start with a bang.
Mm-hmm.
But there could have been a better way to do it. You could have probably put another fight night in between that.
Mm-hmm.
Here
Okay.
we are.
So, well, then moving on from the Paramount thing, yeah, the main thing for me is just fix that mini player issue. You know, that mini player, we all have like bullshit ass attention spans these days. Nobody's attention span can handle. So, Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano though.
It's on Netflix, right?
It's on Netflix. I just want to get your opinion on it.
Co-main for the Logan Paul?
No, it's just a headliner.
Really? I thought it was a co-main for one of the Logan Paul fights.
No, that's great that you say that though, because I'm going to go ahead and say you couldn't imagine that being a strong enough fight to be a headliner on Netflix, could you?
No.
Bro, it's just disgusting. And
it's a hard pass.
That's a hard pass, bro.
Hard pass.
The crazy thing is Ariel's big up in this. He's saying things like, this is the jolt that MMA needed. MMA's been feeling very stale. But now that we have this fight,
this ain't the jolt.
Now things are mixing up.
This isn't the jolt.
It's like, bro, nobody asked for this.
10 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, they were saying in the chat because I was getting off is crazy, but I was going off on this last night and they were all saying in the chat, they're like, it's nostalgia bait. And that's what I'm saying too, because bro, the other day, Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather gets booked, right? And I told the chat, I said, like, if another one of these fights gets booked, I'm going to lose my shit. Like, stop taking these names of yesteryear and booking them today, because this is my main thing. These fights have no historical value. And if the fight doesn't have historical value, then get the fuck off my telly.
It has no value, and not even historical value at all. Just value, like
no value, period. Put this on,
period.
Because this is what they're also saying is like, this crazy, bro. You know what else they're saying on Ariel's platform? You know the Boys in the Back show on Thursdays or no?
Yeah,
okay, the Boys in the Back on Thursday. Yes, or I don't know why they've been doing the show because Ariel's covering the Olympics, so it's not just Thursdays right now. But the Boys in the Back, they were saying, "Oh, Dana can't be happy about this. This event could overshadow UFC White House. They better be getting on the phone with Conor McGregor because Justin Gaethje versus Ilia Topuria is going to get overshadowed by this event." It's like they're so fake. I don't even believe that these are their takes. Because actually today, Ronda Rousey comes out. Let me just walk it down. Let me get into my bag.
How old is Ronda Rousey now?
Bro, how old is Gina Carano's 43.
Right. It's over. It's done. It's a wrap.
But no, do you think it's a coincidence? And maybe it might not convey because I'm saying it versus like if I showed it with, the B-roll, but try to really hear me out on this one. I just told you, right? The Boys in the Back, Ariel's guys, they said that this event, Dana's probably not going to be happy about it, and he needs to book a bigger fight because Ilia versus Justin isn't going to compete with it, right? Which is crazy because this fight's a month before UFC White House. It's not like they're the same week or something. It's a month before. How the fuck is that going to overshadow it? Just bear with me. Okay, because Ronda made a post and she said, she essentially said, you know, the PR thing that's being, okay, here it is. Here it is. Ronda makes this Twitter post and she goes, this rivalry has so many layers. At Netflix isn't playing around. Bet you we can beat at Paramount Plus at UFC numbers. So, but no, do you see what's going on here? These are intentionally planted talking points to intentionally stir up a beef and make people think that this event is going to be in competition with UFC White House to elevate this event. We cannot let them do this to our UFC. They're trying to bring down our UFC White House event to big up their event. And who is in fucking cahoots? Ariel's fucking platform. He's getting paid directly from them. That's my belief. That's my belief. He's receiving a check. Bro, Ariel, not only did the boys in the back, but Ariel also repeated the same rhetoric in his take. This is the same shit where if you've ever seen where it's like Fox News says the same sentence about Donald Trump. Right. Then CBS says the same sentence about Donald Trump. CNN says the same sentence about Donald Trump. It's like everybody sent in the messages. So I'm just letting everybody know I'm getting fucking heated, bro. Right now I'm getting heated. You guys cannot let this happen to you. If you do, you are a fool. And Tyler Betts, you're the one person I'll let. I'm going to just shout out the chat real quick. Tyler Betts, you're the one person I'll let fucking do this and watch the fight because you're a degenerate gambler, and I mean that as a compliment. But everybody else, if you're not a degenerate gambler, stay away, bro. Stay away, because these talking points are being sent in. They told Ronda to make that post.
Let me just ask you, like, could you even imagine what the co-main could be? Like,
what are they gonna do? Anderson Silva, Chris Weidman 3?
Bro, it's gonna be
what retired UFC fighters are they going to pull out next?
You already know how I feel about like these cards that I can't stomach them to watch them. I think it's comical. It's a joke when they put them together. The people that even tune in, I don't understand why you would even want to watch something.
And you know what? At least I can give you credit.
You must have too much time on your hands.
At least I can give you credit because you're keeping it a buck, because I said this last night, and I'll group you into this. Last night I said, all of you guys who talk shit on Nate Diaz, say that he's washed, you don't want to see him fight, he doesn't belong in the UFC, he gets ran through, right? All you same people who talk shit on Nate Diaz, you better not fucking tell me you're willing to watch this fight. And not that you talk shit on Nate, but you're one of these people who says, I'm done with Nate. He already had his career. Honestly, I have no interest in watching him fight anymore. He's past due. And so at least that's what I'm saying, though. If you're going to say Nate's past due, then you got to keep it a buck. Ronda Rousey is way past due. Yeah, she's expired.
Because we're fighting for nothing.
Nothing.
We're literally fighting for nothing.
Nothing.
If there's nothing on the line, you will never become ranked. You'll never get in the UFC organization. This is just like a charity event. If you want to have a charity event, great.
And so, right, and it is a charity event because they're getting paid money they're not going to generate. They're talking about, oh, we think we can compete with Paramount Plus and UFC White House. Let's get into this because you and I, this will go back to a previous conversation. So allow me to kind of like lay this out for you. Number one, all right, saying we will outdo Paramount Plus and UFC White House. Really, will you? Really, will you? Because let's do a hypothetical here. Let's say both of these, UFC White House was selling pay-per-views, right? And let's say Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano was selling pay-per-views. Would that be the same talking point in any part of the fucking world or society? Would someone try to argue that Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano will sell more pay-per-views than UFC White House, Ilya versus Gaethje? Would anyone argue that? So why are we trying to say that Netflix is going to do bigger numbers than Paramount? Let me tell you. Okay, the reason why is because this is politics again, bro. Same thing I just told you about. They're sending in these talking points, and Ariel's taking money allegedly, according to fucking my beliefs. You know, this is the same thing that's happening where they're saying that they can compete with Paramount. Why? Because we've talked about this before. They know in the back of their head, Paramount only streams through UFC in the US. It's not worldwide. Meaning, if you're in the Philippines and you watch UFC White House, it will not go towards Paramount Plus numbers. If you're in the Philippines and you watch Rousey versus Carano, it will go through Netflix numbers. So they're really trying to take worldwide numbers versus US numbers, and they're going to try to game you. They're going to try to tell you, oh, we did this many more million than them. But you and I, we looked it up like months ago. Remember, because we had the question on this platform. You asked it to me.
How's it going to work? Yeah, how's it
You're
going
like,
to work?
is this a worldwide deal that they have, or is it only in the US exclusive rights?
Right.
And we're like, it's only in the US. So best believe that's why they're doing this, because they're trying to con people. And I just cannot stand for it, bro. I cannot stand for it. I want to throw up.
You know, and that's a good point, because if I work for Netflix, I would say let's do that too.
Right. Like, hey, they're too stupid to know. Who knows about this?
Yeah, I'd be like, because it looks good on paper.
But how do you feel as a fan? I just told you. The only reason why they would do that is because it's like they're too stupid to know. Everybody in the chat, are you too stupid to fucking know, or what?
It's comical.
It's comical that they would try to sell this to us. And Rhonda with her little post, Ariel with his talking point. You know,
Alexa, how old is Ronda Rousey?
Minimum 40.
She is 39 years old.
Right, 39, about to be 40.
Someone says Rhonda is like a 40-year-old Jake Paul with no breasts.
That's a good one.
That's a solid one. All right.
Go the chat. Hey, so I forgot, the chat, is that out on the streets?
Yeah, so I don't know if I've told you that name or if, like when that developed, but yeah, the streets. I think I told you before. The streets. The streets is too good. The streets are talking.
The streets is talking. The streets is talking. That's cool.
You know, and that's why.
If they like it, that's all that matters.
And for me, I'm sticking. I was told them this last night. I was going off. I'm like, bro, I'm sticking up for you guys, you motherfuckers. I'm sticking up for you guys. The least you can do is agree with me. Because people are saying like, should I watch it there in a thong? I'm like, bro, enough. It sounds nice to say. I get it, but they're 43. I told them that there's fucking 20-year-olds in the wild right now getting ready to get picked up.
Here's a better one.
And we're fawning over a 43-year-old
Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano, or Amanda Nunes versus Kayla Harrison.
I mean, bro, I'll take Amanda versus Kayla over that.
Because it has something on the line. There's a fucking belt on there.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
An actual belt.
Yeah.
Like to be the best.
I'll give it that.
What are we trying to, are we not trying to be the best, or what are we trying to do here?
Trying to be the best. And that's my main point when I say the fight has no historical value, because if it has nothing that's working you towards being the best fighter in the world, then don't even talk to me about competing with UFC White House. You know, because UFC White House is going to determine who the best lightweight in the world is. You know, that's going to be a unification bout where two champions are facing off. So get fucking lost with that shit.
Bro, it's night and day. It's literally night and day.
But it's disgusting that Ariel is, you know.
That low key is. Did you hear what DJ Vlad said last week? Bro,
where do you think I got the idea to say that Ariel's getting paid by Jake Paul? Because Vlad came out. It looks like Jay-Z missed his payment.
Streets. You see, he's picking it up. You see, he's picking 100%. That up. I don't know if the streets even know what's happening on that side of the.
Let them know. Let them know what Vlad said the other day. And Jay-Z.
That was crazy talk.
Do you believe it? I believe it, low key.
He kept it up. That's what was crazy, because like I thought maybe he could have been trolling, but he didn't delete it.
Vlad essentially said, he made a tweet. He said, Jay-Z, he goes, I have an admission I have to make. Jay-Z's been paying me to talk positively about Megan Thee Stallion, you know, and to down Tory Lanez, you know, and he went off on this rant saying that Jay-Z probably paid off Trump to not pardon Tory Lanez and among other things too. Right. And then someone commented,
came out and said some shit too.
Who?
So
OT?
Academic.
Oh, Academic. I'll give you this one. Someone commented, right? Because Vlad said it without saying it, but someone commented, which is what I picked up on. They go, so I'm assuming Jay-Z missed his payment. And then Vlad said yes. And that's why Vlad snitched immediately.
And he said that you're going to start hearing other people come out and start now speaking out too now.
Yeah, so apparently Jay-Z's been involved in locking up Tory Lanez and all this stuff. And he's been paying Vlad to spew rhetoric on his platform in favor of whatever Jay-Z wants. Yeah, so just know, who else has crazy fuck you money? Jake Paul has crazy fuck you money.
Yeah.
Jake Paul is probably directly paying Ariel, bro. And you guys all need to know, you guys all need to rewatch last night's stream where I played that clip of Ariel and see how fucking fake that shit is compared to what I do on here.
The LA police are all on Jay's payroll, and it doesn't stop with LA, but you're not ready to hear that part. That Mexican guy who stabbed Tory, who do you think paid him to do that? You already know the answer to that. The 3 Supreme Court judges who denied Tory's appeal, all paid off by the Rock Mafia. Bro, the shit, I can't keep these lies secret anymore. This is my last tweet. You know who silenced me. If this is my last tweet, you know who silenced me.
Come on now.
Bro, that was a crazy tweet, I had to admit. I sent that to a few people. I was like, bro, what?
Come on now, though. I think Vlad's telling the damn truth. We need a Vlad interview.
That was a crazy one. That actually, that one surprised me.
We definitely need a Vlad interview, though, don't we?
That would be sick. That'd be sick.
Just in general, not me. I'm not even saying I need the Vlad interview, but in general, a Vlad interview would be nice.
Someone needs to drop it. Him and Academic need to get on some. I remember he was in the comments too. He had said something crazy in the comments. I can't find it now, but
yeah, he was going off in the comments. He was responding to everybody in the comments.
Anyway, yeah. So with Ariel, yeah. I mean, you know, it's part of the business, I guess. You know what I mean? That he's gonna take the money.
But you know, for me, bro, you should know me by now. How much that shit rubs me the wrong way, because there's only one thing I operate myself off of, and that's just being, you know, genuine and real.
But you know, honestly, that's just a dumb move by Netflix to even want to compete with the UFC White House like that. And the fact that you said, hey, well, we can make our numbers look better because we're worldwide, and you guys would only have numbers based out of the United States.
Shady.
Yeah, I guess, you know, in the industry is going to be shady. It's just, to me, it's I don't know. It's like watching. You ever see those B movies, those B list movies? And you're like, oh, what is this?
Yeah, like a Tubi.
Yeah, you're like, what?
Yeah.
You're more laughing than taking it serious.
I see what you're kind of saying. It's almost like the fact that they tried to compare themselves to a UFC White House is like an L in its own right. Because what happens when the PFL president tried to compete with the UFC? We laughed at him, right? And we said, you're an idiot, bro. You really think you're in competition with the UFC? And I think it's the same thing with Netflix. Like, but I don't know, man. Ariel has a lot of influence, and I just will not stand for it. I just will not stand for it.
But even like, let's say, like, even for me though, to hear Ariel say that, like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Good to know, bro.
Good that you think that. Good that a lot of people probably think that, but shit, I'm a scream it till the fucking cows come home, bro. I will not let this one slide. And it's just because, you know, this is the same guy who gets Journalist of the Year, you know, 20 times running. What does he do, bro? Sit up on his platform and lie? You don't get the real shit like how you get here. What we just talked about, like the backstory behind these talking points they're presenting. You know, that's the shit people want to hear. You know, pointing out the bullshit lies, talking about, oh yeah, Netflix, you know, that's worldwide numbers and all that stuff we've been going over. That's the real information. Not Ariel being like, this is what Ariel says. This is what Ariel did. He comes on his platform and he just starts spewing the talking points. Gina Carano hasn't fought since this year. You know, they were in talks to fight in the UFC at one point in time, but this happened. You know, Ronda Rousey hasn't fought since 2016. You know, Gina Carano, she was in The Mandalorian. Like, bro, what?
Who cares?
Can we hear can we hear what you really think? We can this is all Googleable facts. Is that what creating content is? Just looking up like Google facts on a fight and then just spewing it out? No, people want to know what you think. People want to know how you feel about something. And so, yeah, fuck Ariel, bro. Fuck Ariel. I actually hate the guy. I think he's a great journalist, but as far as like what is good for the sport, bro, he's actually sickening. Like he's sickening, he's toxic.
You think he's an industry plant?
I think he's like, I don't mean this disrespectfully, but I'm gonna say it. You know, I think he's no better than like these people who are ushering in transgenderism.
Oh.
No, because that's what it is with the UFC. You know, this is a male-dominated sport, and all he wants to usher in is feminism in the UFC. That's my big thing. Like, why are you trying to ruin the sport? You know, saying that this fight is a big jolt that that MMA needed, you're disrespecting MMA to big up a woman's fight. Why are you doing that? You did that also with you did that with Kayla Harrison versus Amanda Nunes. You said, thank the MMA gods that this fight got made. Why are you doing that? It's the same thing as like these these transgender progressivist people. You know, he's overly progressive with MMA. It's the same thing as Joe Rogan fawning over the AI edited fucking version of 50 Cent's Many Men. I don't know if you've seen that, but Joe Rogan's like, oh my God, this jazz AI edit of 50 Cent's Many Men is insanely good. No, it's not, bro. It lacks fucking human soul.
Okay,
All right?
I see you.
I could be an A&R if I wanted to, but I chose this. Okay, but still, this is my point, is like these overly progressive people who push the wrong things and have big platforms, that is dangerous, bro.
That is dangerous.
That's dangerous. And so
I agree with you.
once again,
You sway a consciousness.
right. And so Ariel, he's a good journalist. He's good at finding facts. You know, he's good at reporting news. But as far as like what he wants to see happen in the sport, you should just like let it go in one ear and out the other, because it's coming out of Ariel's mouth. And, you know, he's like a DEI guy. You know, DEI is where like, you know, it's more of a quota, you know, to bring people into college versus like, you know, your SAT scores. They're going to overlook a person who with better SAT scores because they didn't have enough black people joining the school.
You got canceled in the last 60 seconds and 120 seconds. Transgender, DEI.
Shit, I'm hitting all the talking points, but this is the
man.
toxicity that needs to be addressed, bro. You know, it is.
I was gonna tell the homies too. I had texted Parry Punch. I went to this boxing media day at SeaWorld. And I was thinking about, I was telling one of the homegirls that with me, I was like telling her about when you and I met. Like, yeah, you know, I pulled up to this Bellator event and just happened to, you know, sit by this guy. I had no idea who he was. We just started chopping it up and just like watching him do interviews. We're just kind of looking at everybody. We're kind of like on our own little corner. But this one was a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
It was it's kind of cool because like Shamu was swimming behind all of them.
That was kind of cool.
It was kind of cool, I had to admit. But it's different because it's like boxing, you know, like, but there's like a lot of young upcoming stars that are trying to get to that next step, you know.
Yeah. Did you notice who's like the star that stood out to you
as the boxer?
Yeah.
Well, the one that's, you know, the main fight, because, you know, he's undefeated, and you know, like you could tell that he had more press around him.
There's more of a buzz, more of a circle around him.
More people, yeah, more of his people around him. But you can tell they're all young. You know, they're trying to break into that next stage. Like, this is the stage to get to the next stage.
Right.
You know? Some people there that, you know, work hand in hand with Canelo. You know, so that's, you know, people want to get into that realm.
Yeah, but this is where, you know, that's like that groundwork where people in the future, they'll be like, yo, how'd you get this interview with that guy? It's like, well, I covered him when he was still trying to enter and break into the game, you know?
Right.
So those always
It was
pay
cool.
off.
You would have liked the promoter, bro. The promoter was telling crazy story behind the scenes. They were talking about he was talking about a fight, and it was outside, and they were telling his fighter to push the opponent to where when he looked up, the sun was in his eyes. And that was the strategy.
Smart.
Like,
though.
all right, we gotta. You know, I was like, all right. He was so charismatic the way he was telling the story, though. You would have liked him.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty smart.
Promoters need to be charismatic, though. You know what I mean? They need to learn how to sell it. You know, and he was selling it really good.
That's what Dana's good at. Is he's charismatic. You know, he lets his personality shine, and people will watch the UFC just because of Dana these days. Any exclusives though? Any exclusive reports from the press conference?
Not really. Just because, I mean, honestly, it's kind of like how I stepped into the other one. I didn't really know who anybody was, and I don't really stay in tune too much with boxing. You know, the only thing I could take away is that they're all young and hungry, and you know,
it was probably hard to ask questions, huh? Because you don't know like who their opponents are. Like,
actually, there was more people there than I expected. So they were smart. They left the 30-minute window for people to ask questions. So it felt like, you know, you really couldn't get your question in. Actually, I thought that was smart.
Oh, yeah. When there's not many questions to ask these guys anyway, you know?
Yeah, but I thought it was smart. They had the good optics. They had a good amount of press people there. If I was a promoter, I'd go and copy how they do it. Because sometimes you can spread it out too long. And then it's like, it's not as impactful.
How long was the whole thing? Couple hours? Hour?
An hour.
Okay, that's chill.
Yeah, they had like a quick hey, introduction,
30-minute intro, turn it over to the press.
Yeah, and that was like 15 minutes, and people were lined up to try to do it. Then you can kind of grab some of the fighters one-on-one. So that was another 15 minutes. They timed it out just perfectly to make you feel like, oh, damn, I wish, when is it my turn? So I thought they did a good job on that end.
And how did you end up going to one of these things?
A friend of mine knows one of the what do you call them? Like the boxing gym. And he's like, hey, I want to connect you with them. I think they're going to be having an event. This was like 2 months ago or something. And I was like, yeah, send me the info. And then they just had us fill out the media stuff, and then we ended up just showing up. Okay. Kind of the same thing with like the Bellator was.
Oh yeah. Yeah, maybe I should start trying to go to more events and stuff. We'll see. But I like the content from home.
I want to learn more about them. So now that I know for next time, like, all right, do you guys do these? Because they do events in Mexico too. They do some in the United States. But the promoter guys who I really liked, I wanted to connect with him. I want to invite him down here because I'd like to work with him. And it was kind of cool. It's going to be at SeaWorld. So
there's some young boxers who I've been doing interviews with too, and I'm going to get more interviews with them. But it's from this camp in Hawaii. And one of the guys in that camp is Max Holloway's cousin. I think we spoke about him before.
Tell me about it. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's
his younger cousin, right?
He's right along this line of younger cousin. And he's right along this line of like these up and coming fighters who are going to be fighting at like events like the one you just covered. So if he ever ends up on one of these events, at least you have a connection, and I can exploit that and be like, all right, maybe you can reach out to the guy for me. I can go and cover him.
Yeah. And I think too, now that we're kind of getting our hands more involved with some of the gyms out here, like I like this gym, House of Boxing is what it's called. Because he's trying to give back to the youth as well. He has a message behind the scenes, which I love. So that's how I initially was trying to get involved with them.
I would say too, I think you already know this about yourself, but I think that's one of your special talents is like networking.
Yeah, I would say.
Because even when we met, you were just like,
if I were to give myself a badge, it'd be that one.
Yeah, because at that Bellator event like a year ago, like we met, but I saw you like networking like all around. Like you were the one connecting. You're like, what's his name again? The big dude. He I forget his name. MMA's Mexican dude. He lives in LA.
MMA Fu?
MMA Fu. Yeah. You were the one who connected me and MMA Fu because you met both of us, but we were like we're less social than you. So yeah, marketing definitely one of your
that's easy for me.
Specialties.
Yeah, that's easy for me.
Keep doing it for the boxing. I think it'll help out the channel too for future interviews and stuff. So whenever you get an opportunity, I would say take them up on it.
Definitely.
Okay, so we can talk about two more things. I wanted to ask you about the whole, your fasting thing. So I'll get into that lastly, since it'll be like of last priority. But Deen the Great getting slapped by Tiki Ghosn.
Dad, okay, now I'm behind that. I don't know about that.
Why don't you go check out my Instagram right now?
All right.
Yeah, go check it out. But Tiki Ghosn is that guy who I told you on our first episode, Sean Strickland accused of SA. Remember our first episode? I told you that?
I do remember that, yeah.
Yeah, so this guy elbowed Deen the Great at Rampage Jackson's house party last night.
Okay, I saw the weightlifter guy slap some dude that was like fucking with his wife.
The next day, homie got fucking elbowed.
Okay.
Crazy.
But I thought, you know what I thought when I initially saw the one with Rampage?
Fake?
No.
Well, watch
That's Rampage's world.
It's Rampage's world.
Perfect for that.
Are you watching it? Okay, watch it. I'm gonna turn the stream on my TV.
He said you definitely know who the fuck I am. I just don't be lying because girls around and shit. Definitely, bro. Not even off of the spectrum, but my man don't know you. Today, you know, I don't like you at all. Oh yeah, the homie's out of pocket.
Mm-hmm. He told him he was gonna slap him.
I did.
See?
He wants viral content though. He just trying to poke people. Ooh.
Yeah.
He took it.
He took it, and he got his get back too. He started swinging on homie. You can hear him punching him.
Oh, okay. That was part 2.
Yeah, you can hear him follow him into the house, and he starts swinging on him. My thing with that Deen kid though is you can see that it's his insecurity, because I mean, to me, that's no way to treat people lesser than you, right? If there's somebody you can punk, it's no way to treat them, right? Would you agree
Right.
on that?
100%.
Like, is it enough to be rude to
that
some?
speaks more about you.
Right. If you're rude to people just because you can get away with it, that says a lot about you. But I think he's being rude to him because he makes him feel insecure because of his small stature. You know, that's what I kind of think. You know, the little man syndrome.
Yeah, but
I think for
think
him,
too,
it's kind of
like,
clear as day.
but I think too, it's one of those things where like he wants to catch a lot of these guys. They just want a viral moment, so they're willing to get punched, fight, whatever, disrespectful, have some dude hit on their girl. As long as it goes viral, that's all they care about.
Mm-hmm.
That's the currency. So they're willing to sell their soul and do whatever for it and disrespect people for whatever for it. There could be a blend of both of what we're saying though. Because the dude was hella out of pocket, bro.
He's hell out of pocket. I don't even think you could.
Somebody, because the dude at the what's Deen? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Who was the other dude? The one that punched him.
Tiki Ghosn, former UFC fighter, UFC manager now. He's the
I mean,
manager of Aljo.
Yeah, so he was just like there, like, all right, bro, cool, all right, yeah, okay. No, I don't know you. No,
He was
okay,
actually de-escalating it, and the dude kept pressing him.
Right. The dude kept pressing him. Like, what do you expect is gonna happen?
And then he said, "I'll slap the shit out of you."
Right.
I mean, if you say that, I think it's game on. I don't even think he could sue him.
Right.
You can't even press charges.
He knew he was poking a bear. Like, he knew eventually that was gonna happen. But the fact that he got it captured, I mean, all of these guys, bro, they all, that's the end result they all want.
Well, they want this thing. I think what they want is two things, right? It's like a double catch. Like, number one, I think what he's going for, which is less messy for him, he's hoping that dude's a bitch and he can punk him to his face.
But it's a UFC fighter. I mean,
know.
How
I guess he didn't know that. I guess he didn't know.
Oh.
Yeah. But because basically what I'm saying is, if you punk someone, it kind of goes viral too, because then it gets reposted and it's like, he did this to him and he didn't do anything about it. Right. So if the former UFC fighter didn't elbow him, best believe people would have clipped it up and they would have been like, Deen the Great just pressed a former UFC fighter and he didn't do shit about it. You know, so Deen's, and then, so if it works, you get that side of it. But if it doesn't work, now you're getting decked and you're still going viral. So like, I think Deen was hoping for that first option, and that first, but that first option, I don't respect. I don't respect you punking people and like trying to make them feel like a bitch. I don't think that's how you should treat human beings, bro.
Well, imagine you and I are at this party, right? And we're content creators, or and you have your podcast, and you're on there trying to network, trying to be with people, right? Mm-hmm. And then some dude comes up there and starts talking to you like that. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Well, if the camera's rolling, bro, I mean, it got to get spicy. If you're pressing me like that, bro, it got to get spicy.
Because I mean, it's hard to walk away from something like that.
It's like a dude calling you out in front, like, fuck the cameras. I've had this before, where my friend was calling me out in front of all my other friends, and I had to step up or else he's going to bitch me right then and there. Yeah. So I had to bitch him back and make him cower down, because it's like, why are you doing this to me? Yeah. Like, I'm trying to kick it, bro. You're out here picking a fight with me. Now I got to bitch you because I'm not going to be the bitch in this situation. But that's what Deen the Great's trying to do. He's basically calling him out in front of all the homies, but that are tuning into the stream, right? It's not in person.
So wait, and so he got slapped so he got slapped twice that night?
Yeah, in basically 24 hours. 2 different nights.
That's crazy work.
Crazy work.
So he knows what he's doing, bro. And Rampage was just laughing.
Yeah, the first one with Larry Wheels, the bodybuilder, it seemed like there was a trolling aspect, and like he knew he had it coming low key, because like, if you're,
of course he had it coming.
If you're gonna be disrespecting a girl in front of his wife and you're disrespecting the wife at that, I mean, you have it coming and you're not stopping. and Rampage is telling you to stop and you're continuing, what do you expect's gonna happen? But this one, I think like he didn't expect it to happen for whatever reason, because he told him he's gonna slap him, but I don't think he expected this one.
See, I didn't even know who he was until today. So he did his job, I guess.
Yeah. Now a lot more people know him. Deen the Great. He's known for talking spicy, bro. He's the one who told he fought the Vargas brother, who are in boxing. There's a little dynasty there. But they're Mexican, obviously Vargas. Right. And at the press conference, he told the mom, he said, like, shut up, you fat bitch. Go make me a quesadilla.
Oh, hell no, bro.
Yeah, he went viral for that a couple weeks ago.
That's too much.
Yeah, he went crazy.
Someone could shoot you for something like that.
I mean, yeah, you piss people off bad enough. So
people have died for less, man.
Mm-hmm. So he's known for going crazy like that. Like this is right up his alley.
Yeah, it's too much.
He takes the most viral approach and he goes for it.
Yeah, that's the world we live in now, though.
It's the world we live in for sure. So aside from that, though, the chat was asking if you're Muslim because you hadn't drank water all day. So what's going on? You haven't drank water all day?
I haven't drank water all day. Yeah.
That's crazy.
No, I'm not. And I am not Muslim. However, I wanted to honor our Muslim brothers and sisters and, challenge myself, put some self-sacrifice and see if I could do it.
Hell yeah. Well, how many days have you been going on this one?
No, today's the first day of Ramadan.
Oh, today's the first day.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to do it, because it was the first day.
Okay, got you. So how long do you plan on doing it?
No, you can break at sundown.
Oh, but you gonna like carry it over tomorrow too? Same.
I wanted to do 72 hours because you know how they do like 72-hour like fast.
Mm-hmm.
I've done 24-hour fasts. Like I've completed that. I've marked that off the box. But I've never done like an actual 72-hour fast. And I was like, or Lent. I've never really gave anything up. Which is crazy about today for everybody in the chat too. I just learned this. There are over 5 billion people that are honoring Ramadan and Lent starting today. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people bringing up Lent as well. So
there's a lot of good positive energy rolling out for today that you don't always get within the world. And I thought, that's pretty special. We have a lot of, that meant something to me too. And anybody that has fasted, you think about the other people that are suffering, that don't have the ability to eat, that didn't eat the day before, or kids out there that that's you do that to remind yourself to humble yourself and to check your ego that this water is going to taste a little bit better. Because we were blessed in what we have. All of us were really blessed in what we have, and it gives you a chance to be more grateful. So I'm grateful for that.
I think through the fasting too, what I've heard is people claim to have more of a spiritual feeling around them. They can tap into whatever kind of spirituality they have a bit more intensely when they're kind of hungry in that state. So I mean, I think it's cool, and I like what you said about the today there's a lot of good energy rolling out because of the intentions behind a lot of people's actions. 5 million plus people or something like that.
Billion.
Oh, 5 billion. Damn.
Yeah, because I think they said there's 3 billion Muslims in the world and like 2 billion Christians in the world.
Crazy.
I was like, whoa, that is crazy. That's what I thought about too. And what's different for me is that since I'm not Muslim, I was just talking to the homie about this because he is Muslim. I have a handful of Muslim homies. And I respect it. Like, babe, that's your religion. So be it. If that's what gets you and wants to help other people to be on the right path, so be it. But you can tell, you said a good word, their intent means so much more to them because they actually do pray to Allah and they do follow that religion, where I don't. So I don't really have a deep intention behind it, but I can honor it and I can respect it and I can understand it. And today I can say, that I respected it and I honored it on that first day.
Hell yeah.
Well, I feel good.
Yeah, it's dope that you're doing that. Anything to bring in some positivity, but
anything to challenge yourself too. Anything to challenge yourself, right? To give you more discipline.
Yeah, for sure.
To give you more self-sacrifice, to give you more self-control.
For sure.
You know, that anybody out there should challenge themselves when they have the ability to, and fasting will do that. The less you consume, the more you can feel. The more you can feel, the more peace you can have. So I'll just leave that with people.
Well, there's a lot of
Little
growth.
words of wisdom from MTK.
No, those are great words of wisdom. And I won't add too much to it, but I'll say there's a lot of growth in challenging yourself. You know, I've challenged myself. Well, right now, one of, I guess my challenge is I've been more like watching what I eat and stuff, cutting down some weight. I guess you could call it a cut, right? Going on a cut. So I've been eating like in a calorie deficit, and it's not easy, especially when like you're trying to keep up with this work schedule. That's one of those things that gets you to break, because being hungry and then having to grind on work too, it's like a whole nother aspect of things. But, you know, while through doing this, it's going to make me better. You know, it's going to make things probably easier for me when I'm not dieting. It'll probably increase my motivation a lot more. The other thing that I challenged myself with recently was not being an all-day kush smoker. Not that it's bad if you are, you know, I'm not hating on anyone who does, but those are some of the things that I've challenged myself with. And I feel like I've seen a lot of growth from that, you know. So whatever you can do to challenge yourself, I think definitely go for that.
Whatever you can do to grow, whatever you can do to grow yourself, to eat better, to have a healthy mind, healthy body, healthy soul. That it's all connected. It's all connected, and we just consume, and sometimes you gotta give your body a rest, and you gotta give your mind, you know, a chance to calm down from all the anxiety that we're plugged into. So.
Yeah, that's something I'm trying to go back to as well. I'm listening to a bit more audio books right now. So that's another good thing. You know, less content, maybe read more. That's one of the things for me right now. Consume a bit less content at certain parts of the day and replace it with like an audiobook or something. So in the mornings, I've been kind of spending like my morning routine, I put on an audiobook instead of catch up with the MMA cycle. Then I get into it. So that takes out like an hour of mindless. I've been calling it mindless consumership. You know, when you just turn something on just because you want noise in the dead space to be cleared. Yeah. So instead, I'm throwing on a book.
I wonder what I could show you guys, because I was looking at this the other day. My screen time. Let's just see. Today was an hour and 32 minutes.
Of what?
Screen time.
Oh, screen time. Bro, mine's crazy because it's my job to be on the phone all day. But
I was just tripping out on that the other day. It was like, my screen time has been like 50% now.
Yeah. I see.
Anyway.
Jew says, sheesh, I can fast, but I can't do the no caffeine.
Bro, I can't. The no water thing is crazy to me right now, bro. I am like parched. Like the fact that I was able to achieve it, because I'm about to, it's almost 5:30. I think you could break at like 5:45. Is crazy.
Sundown,
work,
right?
like,
Sundown.
Yeah. I can't believe I was able to do it. When I first woke up, I was like, whoa, that is going to be hard.
Yeah.
But I, you know what? I feel great that I pushed through, that I had the conviction and the self-discipline to do it. And it makes me think about all those, like Islam, bro, 30 days.
Yeah.
Habib, 30 days. All the Muslim homies that are in the UFC, bro, my hat's off to them, dog.
So are you going to try to do maybe 3 days of it or what?
I'm going to try 72 hours. Yeah, I'm going to try 72 hours.
So, but that means you can eat tonight.
I can eat tonight.
You can rehydrate and then back to it in the morning.
Because when I've done the 24-hour fast, like I literally went 20, like I'd go home, I can't eat tonight. Like that was, honestly, it's tough to sleep when you don't eat.
Oh, it's very tough to sleep, for sure. Yeah. I save a lot of my calories for the nighttime so I can get a good night rest, or also get up and go eat something. I'll say though, healthy. Make sure you eat some like you know, get some coconut water or something like that.
Yeah, I'm eating healthy. That's for sure.
Because you need to rehydrate. That way you can make it through tomorrow as well.
Yeah. Well, you see, you could drink from 5 to 5:30 in the morning, but you have to wake up early.
Right. You have to wake up before the sun rises too. So it's like a game of eating before the sun rises and then after it goes down.
And it's a game of actually waking up that early.
Yeah. Facts.
Who's trying to wake up at 5, dog?
Facts. That's true. But you know what I've been noticing on my cut? I noticed this a lot. Like multiple mornings. Well, basically every morning. I've had a couple cheat days. Obviously, you're allowed to have like a cheat day here and there. And I notice it on the cheat days too. But when I'm not eating as much, I can naturally wake up earlier. When I eat a lot and I eat shit, especially late at night, I sleep in more. I'm more tired in the morning. So
lethargic, yeah.
If you're fasting, I've been noticing it allows me to wake up a lot quicker. You know, because I'm hungry. Low key, I'm hungry. I'm like, I need to go make a fucking coffee and like eat some fucking protein pancakes real quick. I'm dying inside, you know, waiting for that next meal. But shout out to everybody. Let me just shout out to Unbroken. Unbroken saying, I get enough quote unquote discipline when Playboy Cardi asked me to come over. All right, Unbroken. All right.
All right, dog. All right.
In your Playboy Cardi bag. Also add reishi to your coffee to avoid the jitters. Oh, interesting. 1 gallon water, 4 lemons, 1 teaspoon cayenne pepper, 1 or 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. That's the secret. I've heard of this secret. My dad did that diet when I was younger, and he lost a lot of fucking weight on it. You ever heard of this?
Yeah.
This is where you can go on a fast for a month or like, you know, a long time, but you just drink this water concoction. It's 1 gallon water, 4 lemons, 1 teaspoon cayenne pepper, 1 or 2 tablespoons maple syrup. My dad did that diet. But you know what? Honestly, if you're trying to diet and lose weight, you don't even got to not eat. You know, it's just more about counting your calories. I would fast for other reasons, like, you know, the reasons MTK does it, you know, for spirituality and stuff. But to lose or to reset yourself, you know, but fasting to lose weight is actually unhealthy. It's an unhealthy relationship with food. You should have your healthy eating habits that allows you to lose weight versus this rush fucking loss.
Yeah. And see, and people too that fast, what you really should be thinking too is you want to clean your gut.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's that's the healthy part of it, because you make your body consume so much it's overworking, and then the things you're consuming are so greasy, oily, bad for you, unhealthy, like it makes it even triple. So what you're really trying to do is just clean it all out. It's like a flush, like you said, a reset. If you're doing it for those reasons, you know, that's a great reason to do it. To be more spiritual, those are great reasons too.
Solid.
Calm down.
I want to introduce a new member of the chat. We don't always get new members. I mean, we get new members of the chat, right? But this is a straight new character unlocked. All right. That's what the boys were saying, and I loved it. I think Tyler Betts said it, bro. But Jim Lotus, new character unlocked. You know, Jim is fucking great, and Jim was talking shit to me, and I was talking shit back to him. But honestly, I just like Jim Lotus.
What city is he from?
Jim, can you let us know where you're from, homie, if possible? Okay. But no, Jim says fasting is good, and so is veganism too. They go hand in hand. That's right. Jim, he doesn't have sex. He says he's pure. He's a vegan. So the other night he was going off. He's like, I'm vegan. I don't have sex. I'm pure. And I was just dying. I
did my first day with no meat.
You did your first day?
24 hours, just 24 hours. Yeah. 24
Are you doing that right now or?
No. I may do it today. I mean, I haven't ate anything like that's been meat, so I may like just eat like a soup and something light.
Okay,
I'm not gonna eat too heavy. I'm not gonna eat too heavy though.
Bro, you know what you should get? I know this goes against the meat thing, but you should get some. You like pho?
I do.
Bro, Vietnamese pho is so good. I've been craving it. I'm gonna go get that one of these days. Let me read off these last chats and then we'll get out of here. Jim said lots of energy, because how I was saying you could wake up earlier if you fast, or just eat less calories throughout the day. Like over consuming is what makes you sleep in. Then Jim says fasted for 5 days before. Intermittent fasting is good too. Unbroken says, "Oh no, Jim, the flat Earth tart is here." That's right, Jim's also a flat earther.
Oh hell no.
We were getting into the weeds with Jim the other night. It was over a Bryce Mitchell pod too. That's how we discovered Jim. We were reacting to a Bryce Mitchell pod. Jim says, "Yes, you get it, the gut microbia." So he was saying, "You get it, MTK." And then
I don't get the flat Earth though.
I know. And then Jew says, "Jim's from the forest." Jim Lotus says, "I'm from Clovis, California." So he a California boy.
Oh, yeah, in Cali. All right,
yeah, no wonder he fucks with us. All the Cali boys, they fuck with us. You know, shout out to Jew as well.
Yeah, Jew. We got SoCal, NorCal.
We got a lot of Cali people that fuck with us. So this guy's 562 Juice Man in the chat. He's from Cali. I know America First is from Cali. So lots of Cali boys. Jim says, "Yes, I'm from the forest." Jew says Clovis like an hour and a half from him. Okay. So shout out to all the boys. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Maybe I'll go live later tonight to react to that Sean Strickland presser because it was really crazy. But I'm going to hit the gym, get some productivity in, make some posts, and then maybe you'll see me tonight, if not tomorrow. But we will see MTK next week as well. He's back for, the next 2 weeks.
Yes, sir.
All right, boys. So peace out. We'll see you guys.